Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to explain the real power of a new Gemini model released by Google DeepMind, and they are calling as Gemini 2.5 Pro Experimental for now. When I just see their news release and what major feature they have mentioned, they said it's the most intelligent AI model from the Gemini family, and they have introduced the reasoning, enhanced reasoning, along with having a more improved coding related stuff. And then the best of Gemini, which I really love, is they have increased the token context window to 1 million, which is really, really amazing because that is the main limitation I just found with other existing AI models. Now, what they are saying in the in near future, they're going to increase that to 2 million, right? That is going to be the boon for all the users who use the AI tools day in, day out, right? So let's dive into some of the use cases which I have explored so far. The very first one is this one, which is maths related questions. So since it said that it is having a reasoning capability enhanced, so I just asked, could you please create a 100 maths question through which large language model can be evaluated? And this is the reasoning, which, this AI model used to generate all those tests, all those maths problem, right? 100 maths problem. That's really awesome. So we have these questions, all those 100 questions. And then the next questions, since it's proved that, the reasoning capability is really awesome because you can go through the thoughts and you can understand that. And then at the end, we have, something like, what we can do with those questions, right? Now, what I have asked, could you please create a Python code through which all questions and previous response can be verified whether LLM is responding with the correct answer or not? And now again, we can see the entire reasoning behind the response created. And this is the code which I got, right? And this code is really, really awesome. And it took just few iterations for me to have in a working state. The next question which I asked is, could you please add the persistence layer with the SQLite 3 database so that we can save, the result of every iteration which we are going to run for these maths question, right? So again, you can see it's just implemented that without any issue, right? And then I asked, could you please change, the Python library because, it is using a request. So I asked that, could you please use the Olama instead of the request? Again, we can see the thoughts, which actually proves that, the reasoning is really enhanced. And here we can see the code. And let me just quickly run this code. Here is the code which we have, Olama advanced version, right? So here is the entire code which I got just asking by those 4-5 questions, and here is the entire code base with 615 lines of code, right? So what this code is doing, it is actually utilizing a 5.4 latest model, so currently I'm running this with Olama, and all I need to do is to just run this. So let me just quickly run this. Okay. Cool. So now it's just picking up the one question at a time, and it is going to just evaluate the answer and all those kind of stuff. And eventually it is going to save into the database that we can see. So it is going to take some time. So now coming back to the another use case, right? So we just verify whether the enhanced reasoning is happening or not. So that's fine. Coding part is really awesome because I can have a working code which can just run all the maths related 100 questions, and it can provide us all the reports. It can save the data into the databases, and eventually it is going to create a graph that I'm going to show you once the entire stuff gets done, right? The next one is related to the game, right? So it says that in just one line we can get the entire working code, from the game perspective, right? So I just asked for the very simple question which is related to the Sudoku. So I asked, could you please create a Sudoku game? So it just gave me a Sudoku game without any library. It was a console based Sudoku, right? So I can quickly run that and I can quickly show you. Okay, let's show the Python. And this one is the first one, which I got it. So now here you can see the 00, that is where you have to enter the number, but this was not very user friendly, so I asked that, could you please just create the UI based Sudoku? And then I just got this stick interface. And then when I just run that, so let me just show you that Python, and then we have the stick interface Sudoku. So now here you can see the working code. We can have a new game. We can select the difficulty, whether we want easy or we want medium high, and we can solve that as well if we want the solution, right? And we can just start with some playing also. So we can just add everything, check solution once you just enter the numbers, so this is really awesome, right? The next thing is, so from the game perspective as well, it is able to, provide us, the working game as well for Sudoku, right? The next thing is what I've asked, again, it is related to just generating the chart based on the, performance for the large language model. So what I have done is I have two latest models I got from the Falcon 3 and the 5.4 from Microsoft, and I want to just compare the performance for the math related question for these two models. I was having some data, so I just asked, could you please just share me the code through where you can just plot the diagram for all the relevant attributes through which we can understand, which model is performing well for the math related questions, right? So I got the code. Here you can see the code, and when I run that code, okay, so let me just run the code. We have this code. So much. 11. Yeah. So here is the code 11 performance. So let me just come here. This just do the lemma. And let me just do performance. Right. So this is the first where it says that, okay, the 5.4 latest, is performing with 82% accuracy, whereas the Falcon 3 is 75. If you close this one, it is going to give us the similar comparison at the question category level. Like, we have different categories like algebra, arithmetic, geometry, and all those stuff. And it is saying which model is performing in terms of the accuracy. So the blue one is Falcon and the green one is 5 latest. If you just close that, now the next one is related to the difficulty. If you want to see for the easiest 95.5 on a medium, the 5.4 seems to be doing a little better. Whereas when it comes to the hard one, then the 5.4 is 75%, which is I think almost 18% higher than the Falcon 3. If you close this one, then the average response time, it seems like the Falcon is very fast, whereas the 5.4 is not. That makes sense. And I think so. All these charts are very, very awesome, right? So it seems like so far, I'm really amazed the kind of capabilities and the intelligence, this is showing. The next one is the Tetris. Again, this is related to the game. So I just asked whether you can create a Tetris kind of game. So that is also working fine. So if I just go back and show you that games. Seems like I haven't saved that. Okay, so just close. So I haven't saved the Tetris. We can quickly take from here the code. Okay, so we can copy this. Go here. I'll just this. Okay, here. This. Okay, so we can play. We can take any key. Okay, so this is also looks good. So we can roll. So again, see, it's really working fine. So now I can close this. So the next use case we can check. Snack game, again, it is work in a working state. The most important part is debugging already existing complicated code. So what I have done is I just asked Claude AI to just generate, Sudoku game, and I found that, the code was not working. So I thought that let's ask, the Gemini 2.5 version to debug the problem which, we have got from the Claude AI based generated code for the Sudoku. And it's really amazing that, the Gemini 2.5 was able to just debug the code and, make the code in a working state, right? So let me just quickly show you that. So if you just see the game, this is the debugging code, which I got it from Gemini, where it just fixed all the issue, which, I was facing with Claude AI generated code for the Sudoku. So let me just run this debug code. So I can see the Sudoku. If you just click on the medium, you can just play this game and you can just enter the number, right? So whatever number you want to add, you can just add that. Okay. So here we can have one. So we can do that. So we can play that game. So we just it seems to me that Gemini 2.5 Pro is really awesome. And if you haven't used that so far, then I would really urge you guys to start using it, right? And there are so many use cases I have in my mind. So what I have done is whatever the question, this math related question I just got created with the help of Gemini 2.5 itself, I asked them, could you please just solve all those questions? And you can see here, it's just solve all the questions. And if you just see the time taken by this, it's how long it took. So, just I forgot to capture the time, but it was very fast, right? Where it just solve all the questions. So here we can see that, it solve all the questions, which, I got it, like coming from LLM evaluation. So in my opinion, to be very honest, I have to confess, day by day, all these AI tools are just getting more intelligence in them, right? All we need now is to just be more innovative and more creative, how we can utilize the intelligence of these AI tools to make us, more creative and innovative. And whatever the problem we have been facing so far, we can solve them with the help of our AI tools and their intelligence. So if you haven't used, I would urge everybody to start using it and just realize the capabilities of these AI tools. So that's it from my side for this video, and I will just keep exploring for the more use cases to ensure that, the Gemini 2.5 Pro Experimental is really intelligent to just fulfill those use cases. And it would be a, another groundbreaking, progress made by the Google DeepMind. Thanks for watching this. If you have any feedback or suggestion, or if you want me to include any use case which you want me to cover, please feel free to put that in the comment section, and I would love to include that in my next video. Thanks for watching this, and as always, if you really like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share and subscribe for my channel and share my video as well. Thanks a lot.